But how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in as always to tell you what the trade setup is looking like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to both of you. Sudarshan, let me come across to you first. We did get quite a lot of cues overnight, but what is the market setup looking like today?
Morning, Sonal. So, well, the handover that we have got from US market gives no clear direction. It was a quiet day of trade ahead of key macro data and the similar pattern that we have been seeing in our market for the last 2 days. On equity front, all three major indices saw a close with a minor cut, and we seem to be not getting any cues even from bond or currency market. US 10-year yield remains around 4.3%, while dollar index holds the levels below 104. Crypto, though, saw a sharp move in last 24 hours. Bitcoin is up around 6% and is at a 2-year high. For our market, it was a volatile day of trade on Monday, but in a narrow range. On your screen, you can see the trading range of three major index. The important point is market failed to hold the higher range and ended the session at day's low. For Nifty, the trading range was of almost 200 points. For Nifty Bank, it was for almost 300 points. For Nifty IT, it was almost 600 points. Now, coming to contribution to the downside for Nifty, it was from stocks across these sectors than any one specific sector. Infosys was on top, followed by Asian Paints, TCS and ICICI Bank. L&T, on the other hand, provided support. The stock has been seeing buying for the last 2 days on the back of some major global order wins. Now coming to an important data point. On the screen, you can see some stocks and their delivery percentage over the last 2 days. Stocks like Alkem, Paytm and Shriram Finance saw a sharp fall in delivery percentage yesterday. For Alkem, on February 23, delivery percentage was 55%. Yesterday, it fell to 20%. For Paytm, it fell to 46% from 60%. And for Shriram Finance, it fell to 42% from 78%. Now, talking about institutional activities, we do not see any major buy or sell over here too. FI sold shares of nearly rupees 300 crore and DI just rupees 5 crore in the cash market on Monday. GIFT Nifty 2 indicates a subdued start. Now, coming to cues to watch, keep an eye on Vodafone Idea as its board meets today to consider fundraising. Also keep an eye on Indus Towers on the back of that. Also stocks that come out of F&O band will be in focus. Those are Hindustan Copper, Biocon, GMR Airports, GNFC, RBL Bank, Ashok Leyland, Piramal Enterprises and PVR Inox.
Okay, all right. That is the market setup for today. Let me go across to Upasna now. She'll list out all the stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Hey, Upasna.
Hey, good morning. First up is Paytm. The payments bank arm reconstitutes board to drive compliance, and Vijay Shekhar Sharma steps down as the part-time non-executive chairman and the board member of the company. That's the reason the stock will remain in focus today. Next up is Vodafone Idea. The board meeting is scheduled for today for the fundraising. And next up is Canara Bank. The company has announced a share split in the ratio 1:5. That is, every one share of 10 rupees will be split into 5 shares of rupees 2 per share. Next up is Wipro. The Wipro and Nokia launch joint 5G private wireless solution to speed up enterprise digital transformation. That's the reason Wipro will be in focus today. Next up is Power Mech Projects. The company has received orders worth 396 crores for construction of electrified 4th railway line in Chhattisgarh. Next up is Crompton Consumer. HDFC Mutual Fund has increased stake by 2.14% in this company. Next up is Andhra Cement. The promoters of Sagar Cement to sell 5% stake in the company via OFS, and the floor price is set at 90 per share. So these are the list of stocks that will remain in focus today.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that, Upasna. Finally, let me go across to Nigel joining in with all the cues from the F&O space. Hey, Nigel.
Well, morning, Sonal. Let's focus on the FI action first up. In yesterday's trading session, you saw a swing factor of close to around 7,000 contracts. I say that because there were long positions added close to around 5,000 contracts, and there were shorts that were covered by close to around 2,000 contracts. So the swing factor was 7,000 out there. Between that, they continue to remain net short at close to around 55%. But I made this point earlier. Now the net short positions have come down drastically. So for the markets to move up, you'll need to see institutional buying. Cash market buying is what we'll have to see because bulk of that short covering has taken place. One strike that was fairly active yesterday was the 22,200 call, and that's been the case for the last few sessions. The premium came down to around 105 from around 160 at the start of trade, which is giving you the sense that the bears believe they have got this covered at around 22,350 post the big run. Let's see if they're right or not. The Nifty, well, it continues to remain in an uptrend. Yes, we pulled back a little bit yesterday, but the 20 DMA, that's the first reference point on the downside. That comes in at around 21,900 approximately. and the 50 DMA after that. But the 21,900, that should be the first level of support. The resistance level, though, is the recent high at around 22,300, 22,350. The Nifty Financial Services Index, that's the other one that we'll be watching out for today, because that plays out its weekly expiry. So keep an eye out on that one. Yesterday it ended with a cut-off close to around 50 points odd, and there's aggressive writing being seen at around the 21,000 call. So keep an eye out on that one. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that, Nigel.